You said he had notes, Farah, who is not at the table.
Yeah.
Shit.
No,
break.
I say I'll pull out. It goes like, no, I help him now. I happen to take him
Right,
away
because you
from
took
her
it from her when she was.
when she was kind of a little inebriated there. So let's double check there. So,
Perhaps we can have some idea of where to start.
oh yeah, no, I
Maybe,
think
even just maybe, we might want to just be in the area.
I mean fair, but he did get a lot of good notes, and us kind of like read through them and see if it appeared that he kind of had like a plan written out.
He doesn't have so much of a plan that he's written out. It's just he has all the businesses circled out with the parchment basically circles the businesses, and the businesses that have stopped reporting. Second. So on the parchment, you see that he's written at the very top. It says all the businesses are located in the lower district. He says there are six businesses that have reported to the guards. The Smiling Oak, which he denotes as a tavern. Barrels and Works of Wood, he denotes as being a woodworking shop, apparently run by an older couple. Jeff's Needle, he denotes as like a clothing and threading shop. Magdalene's Cooking Corner, he circles it, or he denotes it as bakery, and he says obviously. Wally's Wagon, and he denotes that, and he says Jester ? Unsure. And then the last one says Cora the Painter, says not in a specific location, but is a traveling painter of sorts in the Copper District. Outside of that, he denotes also that he says it looks like the issue is with necromancers, although reading over it, they have some idea that it might also be gang. There's a gang that might be working with the necromancers, and he circles, and he says on the bottom, like in an underline, he says gangs in Copper District ? And then next to that, he goes, it says fangs, probably not. And then that's where his notes end.
Would I happen to know anything about any of that I've experienced over the last few months?
Which parts?
If there were any gangs in particular that I had to watch out for, since I spent
there are quite a few like smaller gangs that exist, and it's hard to call them gangs because some of them are just like groups of people, and sometimes they're just fighting to get food. There are certainly gangs that exist, but as far as like knowing names,
fair.
You don't run into them too often in the Elven refugee section, because the Elven refugee section kind of sticks to its own and doesn't really allow a lot of people in. There are Elven gangs that exist, but
weird, but okay, fair. All right, well,
okay. So, I mean, I would maybe guess that he may be headed to the tavern. I don't know. I mean, that's the first place to try.
Yeah.
To see if he's there.
I think we should at least head down there.
Oh,
the tavern's not a bad place to start.
So you guys head over there?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you a solid like 45 minutes to get over there. It's a large town and you're traveling.
I'll keep my eye out for the older dwarf, though, or the older elf, though. Just because.
In the district.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, you get to this tavern called the Smiling Oak, and you see that it's kind of like a rundown bar, but there is a tree at like the right-hand corner of it that has grown basically through the roof, or through like the outer roof of this thing, and is kind of over part of the bar, or part of this building. It looks like they have thatched kind of like around the tree to kind of like basically stop as much water, it looks like, from leaking in as possible, since this tree has grown through the building a little bit. And there appears to be a rather big half-orc out front in like basically breastplate, but it's all like spiked and stuff like that. And you see an old sign that says the Smiling Oak. It's a single-story building, and it definitely doesn't have it doesn't look in great condition. So, what do you guys do?
Do we want to just head in?
Best idea that I could have.
I don't see why not.
So I'll walk up to the.
So the half-orc, as you get there, he kind of goes like, no magic, no weapons, check them in, no problems.
Understood.
Cool.
So I'll head in, take off my bow, hand it over, check it in. Does it seem like it to be at least a decent system to check it in, or?
It's actually just like when you come in, you can see the bar immediately, like kind of in line with you, like it runs a line, and then you see some tables off to the right. To the left, there's just a bunch of like lockers. Like they're like wardrobe lockers. And what you notice is that the ones that aren't taken are open, and there appears to be like you can just throw your stuff in there and then you lock it and pull out the key.
Okay, cool. I'll do that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that as well. How about we just keep our shit together?
Sounds good to me.
The two with full plate aren't going to be able to do that. They're going to take up a full
Okay.
locker.
So do they have to take off full plate?
Oh, right. No, I'm sorry. My bad. No, you don't have to take off full plate.
Okay.
Can
I just have a lot of weapons.
I just have a quiver, my quiver alona, which holds my crossbow, so I just put that shit with it.
Okay.
Wait, I do have my axe and shield. Is that gonna hold it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you guys
well-
can fit all your weapons in there.
Sweet.
Awesome, possum.
This is very full.
So yeah, head in, scan to see if
We see them.
see him.
Oh yeah, he's right. He's like at a table talking to like 4 people.
I won't bother him. I'll just go up to the bar instead and just order an ale.
It's like, okay, I'll see if I can't try to get some info then, I guess, while they're here. Maybe.
Do your thing.
Might as well.
And I will also head towards the bar.
Okay. So you sit down at the bar and you see this this gnome actually comes walking across the bar.
Beautiful.
Like he's actually walking on the bar. And he kind of goes, new people. Lots today. What can I do for you?
Just an ale, please.
Done. Looks
Same.
towards everyone else.
Unless you have anything interesting on hand.
I mean, we have ale. That's pretty interesting. Drink enough of it, you'll have a good time.
Fair enough.
You're not
I'll
wrong.
take one of those.
Done. Anything else? Looks towards the other dwarf.
Ale as well.
Done. He walks off and you hear him walk down like a ladder, more or less.
Beautiful.
I'm keeping my ears kind of peeled for Leo's desk and listening.
I'm basically ignoring him
Mhm.
because I'm just going to let him do what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if I need to be there to help, I will be there. Otherwise, I'm just...
Yeah, it's sort of my approach right now as well.
And if he needs me, I'm not gonna be there. Twice is fine. Third time you're on your fucking own.
All right. Roll listen check.
Yep.
Brina.
Yep. We
And
are.
anybody else who wants to like try and eavesdrop on his conversation. He is kind of far away though.
Okay, that's pretty good. You do more numbers than I can count in my brain right now because I've been looking at numbers all fucking week. Give me a second. 34.
All right.
Whoa.
You definitely hear it.
I got a 15.
You definitely do not hear it.
Yeah.
Ez, did you roll or?
No, I know I'm not going to hear it.
Can't hear it over your full plates. There's just like fucking mufflers.
Okay, so as you're sitting there, Brina, you can overhear the entire conversation. It seems like Leovar is talking to the manager of this establishment right now, and you can hear the conversation basically going down. He's just like, yeah, like we've had some issue, and he's an older gentleman for sure. He appears to be an old elf who you can overhear has run the bar for about 3 years without a lot of help. Recently, they seem to have had a problem with some shady folk coming around and basically trying to shake them down for money. And Leovar seems to be talking to him and basically, telling him like, hey, we're here to help, we want to know what's going on. And he seems to be doing a pretty good job at navigating the situation and talking to the guy and figuring out what's going on. The elf seems to very much appreciate Leovar taking an interest in their plight and is very willing to give him information on what's going on. However, it seems like the elven gentleman doesn't have a lot of information other than there are a group of people that come around that call themselves like the Talons or something like that are trying to shake them down for money and or gold or other things, even alcohol at times. So Leovar thanks the elf for his time and says, I'm looking into it, so there's no need to worry. We'll let you know if there's anything else that we need. And he turns around. Or he gets up and turns around.
I drink ale.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's shitty ale.
Yeah.
Leovar comes and sits down next to you guys and just kind of goes like, hey, I thought you guys were going to be busy.
Unfortunately, now I'm sober.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And unfortunately, I thought we were doing this all as a team.
Hey, to his credit, I said that we should all take the night off and drink. He wanted to get a head start. He didn't start anything else.
Yes, but there could have still been people who still wanted him out. I have a feeling what
Fair.
we dealt with the other day was not the end of it.
He just kind of lets out a sigh. He's just like, I'm going to go to the next place. And he gets up.
Leo, anything we could do to help?
He just goes, I'm going to go to the next place. And he just kind of walks out.
Said nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I cannot point out logic.
He sticks his head back in and kind of goes like, oh, you could also talk to the elven guy. He might be able to tell you some stuff. He goes, his name is,
You did it to yourself?
he goes, his name is Gnarl. He's pretty nice. And he walks off. Gnarl just kind of looks at the table, kind of goes like, he just watched this whole situation go down and kind of goes like, are you friends with that guy?
I would agree, yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stretch. He's an acquaintance.
He just kind of goes like, okay. Hey, you can see that he's an older elven gentleman that has definitely seen better years. He's got some deep scars on him and has some burn wounds. He looks different than you, Jess. Mm-hmm. He's got very, very light skin and silver hair. He's probably one of those he's a northern elf for sure.
Yeah.
You've come into contact with them lightly, but never.
Scarcely.
Yeah, not very much. And he just kind of goes like,
intriguing.
Huh?
Not out loud, but
sorry,
Vera would be intriguing.
And he walks up to you guys and kind of goes like, well, if you're with him, he goes, and around this point, the gnome comes walking up and he's like, ale, ale, ale. And he kind of goes, free drinks for them. And he kind of goes,
No,
I slide
I'll put
over
the
a
gold.
silver. Oh, hey.
He kind of goes like, so is
Consider
that
it
a tip, or do I kind of goes like, that is not a tip that goes to the bar. And he's just like, I feel like that's a tip. And he kind of goes, whatever. And he kind of goes, yes, and puts it in his belt. And he kind of goes like, all right, free drinks all around. And he runs off again.
You just take a sip of the ale. Yes, we're just adventuring parties. At
No.
time to
Well-
time, we don't always see eye to eye, but we don't want to see any harm come to him, of course. So
He is kind of getting into hot water if he's poking around here. But
That's why we came looking for him, just to make sure nothing too hot.
I mean, that's very nice of you. He seems like a guy that has a good heart, just short-sighted.
You can say that again, but then again, he's a short-lived, short-sighted.
Well, I mean,
That is true.
they don't live exactly long lives, so...
Exactly the point.
Yeah, no, that's... I am agreeing with you, absolutely.
But I'm sure you heard, he said that you could potentially tell us some things.
Yeah, I mean...
Assume we have the same inquiries that he would have, or that he did have.
I mean, he was asking what troubles that we've had, and like I told him, we've just kind of had like a shakedown lately of kind of some less than reputable people coming through and trying to shake down the business for coin or whatever else that we have.
How recent is this?
I mean, this has been going on for weeks now. We haven't really gotten much help out here. But, you know, there just hasn't been much to do about it. I don't really have the hired help to, you know, fight off a bunch of gang members. He goes, don't get me wrong, Ucel's scary as hell, but he's not going to fight a full gang. And I don't expect him to. I don't pay him enough for that. Ucel kind of goes like, you pay me enough, old man.
That came from the half work, I'm assuming.
He's standing up front.
Fair.
PM, quick question.
Yo,
What would be my stance upon orcs, half-orcs?
you do not like orcs.
I know orcs, but half-orcs, like in particular.
I mean, half orcs you might give a chance, but you're wary, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, you've been killing their kind since you were born.
I kind of figured, but I'm just like...
Yeah, no, and that can be completely character because they're not orcs and they're not goblins. They're half. So you could honestly come at it and just be like, you know, whatever you make of it, you know.
Yeah, I was just figured, you know, with the Doors of Atho, it
Just remember that you have fought half orcs in the past, and they were part of those forces. Not all the time, but there definitely were some.
Yeah, it's kind of common in the Underdark, but not so common that it's...
You're not fighting like armies of them, but you
Yeah.
do fight them. So mostly like armies of goblins and orcs for sure.
We might treat it on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, that's honestly up
Figured.
for your character to decide.
I kind of figured. I was just, you know, curious. But yeah.
Fair.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
Go ahead.
totally
No,
fine.
you're
Valid
totally
question. Thank you
good.
for asking.
I have another question. How big is this bar?
It's not too big. It's a one-story bar. You can probably fit about like there's like 8 circular tables in here plus
And-
the bar.
Are there a lot of other people here?
No, it's pretty sparse.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Never
there's
mind.
there's like 6 or 7 people here in
Then
total.
Then I wouldn't have been doing gather information. I'd probably be with them then.
I mean, you can gather information and just be quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll attempt to do that then.
Yeah.
Well, while they're continuing to do
Yeah,
this.
go ahead and roll a gather information.
22.
So it'll take you about like 15 minutes.
Okay, so while they're doing this whole conversation.
It's handy. So if it's a group, do they have any like defining features, any ways to find them?
He kind of
Or-
goes like, I'm gonna be honest, lass. I don't really take too much of a look at them. They've come by a couple times and I've shoot them off. If they do have any sort of, like I said, they call themselves like the Talons or something like that.
Talons.
How often do they come around?
I mean, last time they came around was about 3 days ago. They haven't been back since, though.
Well, if we stuck around, odds they show up tonight.
I don't know. He's like, they don't really make it like a, at least I haven't recognized like a pattern. Some nights they show up. Well, normally they show up during the day when I'm here. So,
Ah.
Fair enough. Something we can make around earlier in the day tomorrow.
I mean, yeah. I mean, most of the time they've visited in the mid-afternoon when there's not many customers in here.
Fair enough.
Okay. Interesting. Good to know, though.
Josh, what do you gather information for?
To try and find out information about like mostly about like, oh, have you heard any strange things about like the necromancers or something? I've been hearing rumors of something like that out in the area.
What was your
recently.
total again?
22.
So, from the 6 people in here,
Yeah.
You've just recognized that all the people have like necromancer stories. Like, oh, they're like recently they're like no, but they all have like a necromancer story of like, you know, I heard necromancers do this, or I heard necromancers, you know, raised an army, or you know, like they're kind of like they seem like the boogeyman.
Yeah, the boogeyman type stories, not actual like, oh yeah, last week this happened.
Yeah. Well, there are some stories like, oh, I saw necromancers coming through the town with like zombies, but it's literally how they ferry the dead. So, unfortunately, not a lot of it's helpful since a lot of it is like boogeyman stuff.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I take a sip of my ale. I mean, it's as good of a start as ever. Do you know if are you the only person that you know that they're harassing? Have you heard any other, are they doing this to like the whole street?
Oh, you know, I don't know for sure. There aren't a lot of businesses around here. As you've been walking through there, a lot of this is just like shacks or, like brothels or other low end kind of stuff. He kind of goes like, he's like, I know that I'm assuming that there are other places that they're hitting up because normally I've lived here a while. I've seen this happen before. They never just hit one place. They hit as many as they can. But they're probably not going to hit the brothels because the brothels have very good hired help for the most part. And there are other places that have, we'll say, less reputable ways to deal with problems.
Understood.
So.
Understood. Well,
Wonderful.
He goes, I know there was a painter that was in here not too long ago that was talking about some gangers picking on her, but I don't know where she is.
have I happened to ever see a painter down here?
I mean, there
Seems
are
kind of
painters.
Okay.
Not a lot of them, but there are a few, and you've
Like a
seen them.
handful.
Like they just basically sell their art where they can.
Got it.
Do you have a gist of where she last was?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't ask that kind of information. She came in for a couple drinks, stayed for a couple hours, and at night she left. I don't know where she lives or anything else like that. I think she called herself Cora or something like that. But
Cora?
that's the
Okay.
best I got. Young human woman.
What color was her hair? Do you know?
She had like a light brown.
Light brown. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for her too to see if we can't maybe find out a little bit more. Try to get you guys a little bit safer if we can. But
Yeah.
we'll see what we can do.
Whatever you can do, it would be appreciated. And I appreciate that you guys have come down here to help. It's nice to see people looking out for other people. I'd offer you a room, but I really don't have any room here.
Oh, it's completely okay. I've actually been staying in the refugee, the southern Elven side of the refugee camp. So
I'm sorry to hear about what has happened to your people.
I mean, we all have tragedies befall us. Some
That
more
much
than
is-
others, but
That is
it's all a
something the
matter of
elven
time.
culture, I guess, shares across all.
We're resilient. It just stays because we stay so long. So the
True.
history isn't quite so far.
True. The pain of yesteryears remembered today.
It's good to meet Northern Elf. I actually had the pleasure to meet too many. I still haven't traveled so far north.
Well, there's a lot of culture up there for the elves. If you ever get the chance, I would suggest it.
Any areas you'd recommend?
If you ever get a chance to go inside any of the churches dedicated to our different exalted, very good.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
But it was good to meet you, Nar. I downed the rest of the beer just like in one shot.
You're good. You don't need to roll for that. This is the
I got
stuff
a nat
here.
20 anyway.
It's
I'm
very,
immune.
very light stuff. It's not.
It's piss water.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Okay, at least there's that. But I look at the others. Want to start heading down? See where our friend found himself next?
Fair enough. Or if not, check another avenue.
True. So, yeah. Start heading out.
As you head out, he kind of looks at you and just kind of goes, "May hope guide you."
I'll just give a bow.
May hope guide you. Kind of awkwardly, like, raise a hand and, like, give a little bit of a bow. And as soon
Your
as she's
half-orc
out...
protect you?
He does a good
Fitting.
job.
Fitting.
Do I notice them leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll like, oh, and I'll like, yeah, see you later then.
But yeah, as soon as we're out and, like, out of earshot of the half-orc, I would just be like, I don't understand this whole exalted thing. I've heard that a little bit, but I don't... Why would... What?
Never had to deal with them as far as I'm aware.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
Each
Knowledge,
custom have their own.
Is...
knowledge, history about Exalted.
Sure.
I know is that they are just hunted.
They're hunted?
That's as far as I'm aware.
Oh.
On nat 20.
The exalted are like something that the northern elves worship as like ideals, but outside of that,
Yeah, they're, well, I know they're like ideals that they like worship. Or, like,
Idols,
not
you mean?
like ideal, no, like ideals like be kind to people or
Like-
stay hopeful or like
Okay. I can get behind that a little bit more.
it's not, I know it's not a religion. That I do know. It's not a religion.
yeah, it's not a religion.
Okay. Okay. I respect that a little bit more. Got it.
So it's
I
like
can deal
role
with that.
models.
Yes, I guess. I guess that'd be a close thing to it. Rules to kind of live by.
Okay, well then I have been misinformed. I don't know. I've never had to deal with many elves beforehand, so
I just wave at her.
Brina has literally met more elves in the past like 2 days of her being here than ever before.
Fair.
Oh no, I guess she was in Rolling Shields. She saw some elves down there too.
A few. But did she meet them or did she just see them?
I think she traveled with one.
Oh, shit.
In that group that
You
we
didn't
had,
like him.
I don't. Oh no, we did have an elf
Yeah.
wizard. Yeah,
There's
that
an elf
that
mage.
hit her with a fireball.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
God.
right. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't like elves.
I don't like fireballs.
That's fair.
Me, the elf who throws fireballs.
Yeah, I had a little PTSD when I saw that bitch go off. I was like,
Oh my god.
about to reach that ungulful rage in me.
Beautiful.
So no fireballs.
But yeah, I guess we just continue walking down the lane we're currently walking down. I'll keep my eye out for that painter to see if I see any painters that match the human light brown hair description.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. Or sorry, roll d100 for me.
I can do that. Math rocks. I got a 12.
Yeah, you don't see any. You don't see a painter that matches. You actually don't see any painters as you're walking down there. Where are you guys going?
Just continuing deeper into the copper district.
Are you going anywhere specific?
I mean,
Where's the next
we
closest?
hit the Smiling Oak. Did we have any relative idea of where Jeff's Needles is?
You can ask around. I mean, there's people on the street.
Or Magdalene's cooking corner.
Let's go to the cooking corner.
Cooking corner sounds fun.
Seems like the type that would follow up for a cooking corner, so.
The bakery. Yeah, I'm down for that.
So yeah, we'll ask around for that.
So and just amongst the group, wait, are we asking about just the gangs, or are we trying to also find out about those weird necromancers?
I will do both.
Both?
I imagine both,
Okay.
though I cannot tell you for certain.
Because inside the bar, basically nobody knew anything about... Well, they knew about necromancers, but it was more like, oh, did you hear about this one necromancer that raised like 1,000 dead? Oh, they came through the town. It was crazy.
Well,
Bunch of silly
we
stuff.
also don't know how accurate the information the princess was getting either.
Fair. What?
But we also don't know if the info down here will be even accurate. Gossip spreads and paints such a different thing before the end of the day is out.
Indeed.
Could have been 5, it could have been 5,000.
Let's hope it's not that many.
Let's hope it's not 5,000.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
let's hope.
I don't know how much help we can offer.
My divine arts will only take care of like a dozen, so
You get what I was
Yeah.
trying to say, though.
I forget that's a thing.
I would just be careful asking about necromancy stuff.
So
But
you find someone that gives you directions. Not too hard. Basically, you're on the right route. Takes you all of like 3 minutes to get there. As you get around, you see an old, rundown kind of wooden building that has a large double chimney in the center. You can tell that this building has been added on to several times, as there are many different layers of wood that have extended the building foundation at least once or twice. There's a small line out the door, and you smell the sweet aroma of what seems to be like sweet bread. It's actually the only good smelling thing that you've smelled down here so far. The smell everywhere else has been less than great. Not terrible, but definitely not good. However, this one little corner smells delicious.
Well, I'm very hungry now.
I do feel like it might be kind of hard to get info, though.
Because it's a line.
Yeah.
We could just ask
We can
the
just
people in
wait.
front of us.
Fair.
We don't have to necessarily ask the business everything. We could ask the people around here too.
Fair. I guess we can wait in line. I don't mind getting some bread. Or, I don't know what
Okay,
else
so
to
you guys
do.
wait in line?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys wait for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you finally get to the very...
While we're in line, can I... would this be a good spot to attempt to gather information with the people?
No, because to gather information, you have to, like...
Wander.
Yeah.
Well, could we at least talk to the people in front of us?
Yeah, that's diplomacy.
So I'll just... Who's standing in front of us in line?
Seems to be a woman with a large basket.
Okay.
Seems to be very aged, though.
Okay, like an older...
She's not old, but definitely older. Like, probably
Okay.
in her 50s or 60s.
So yeah, I would just ask her, like, I don't think I've ever been here before. Do you come here? What's the name of the business?
What are
again?
you wearing right now?
I'm wearing, like, my regular adventuring, like, outfit.
Okay.
Explorer's outfit. So it's nothing fancy.
Okay.
It's just a little
So, what'd you say
showy.
again?
What's the name of this place again?
Magdalen's Cooking Corner.
I've never been to Magdalen's before. It smells amazing. Do you come here often?
She turns around with a smile on her face, and you notice that the smile kind of dissipates kind of fast. And she kind of goes like, yes, I come here often.
Do you know what would you recommend getting here?
I just get the sweetbread. That's all I can afford.
Understood. Can I sense motive? Like,
Yeah, if you have sense motive, go for it.
I do. Just why? Why did her face fall?
We don't like elves.
I got a 5. So,
Don't know.
fair. I actually heard too that she was having a little bit of trouble lately, like with someone harassing her.
Roll diplomacy.
I got a 1.
Oh god, that's the fourth
This is the
one
third
tonight.
different dice. Why, Ezra?
She kind of goes like, I haven't heard anything about that. And she kind of goes like, she kind of turns around.
This is the fourth one of the night, and I'm keeping tallies.
If it makes you feel any better, Leovar's rolled 2 ones tonight.
Good
Not
God.
necessarily no, but
So wait, would that bring our total to 6 then?
Yep. He's rolled 2 ones, unfortunately.
Explains he'd put his foot in his mouth.
I just turn and sorry, guys.
Alright. No need for you to apologize.
I'm just gonna like shrink to the back, just like, where'd my smooth talking go? I don't understand.
Well,
How
at least
about
you
the
didn't get punched in the face.
person behind us? Who are they?
They are...
Let me give it a shot.
Shiny math rocks.
No, random character generator. Just a human. Looks like a middle-aged human with what looks to be 2 kids.
Female, male.
It's a guy.
Excuse me, sir.
He kind of looks at you. He
Question.
kind of looks like taken aback from all your gear. And he's like, "Can I help you?"
New to Gallants. I was curious. What is good here?
He kind of goes like, "The sweetbread's really good, or if you can afford it, they have like a brown sugar inlaid bread that's very, very delicious."
You had me at brown sugar. I give him 2 silver, and I give his children both like 2 copper. So that way you guys can afford something nice.
He kind of goes like, thank you. That's..." And the kid's kind of like, and he's just like, "Yeah, we can get the brown sugar bread today. Just don't." And he kind of like leans down with him. He's just like, "Just don't give Dad your copper pieces for now. We'll just keep those away from other people for now."
Right, I didn't mean to make a show of that. It's just I appreciate honesty.
He kind of goes like, no, it's fine. It's no offense. There's not a lot of
Hospitality around, I'm assuming.
yeah, that would be the right term for it. No offense. I'm just not used to seeing. Usually people who come through with armor and weapons are usually not here for anything good.
Understandable. With the war going on, I can only assume how someone like me could look intimidating.
Yeah, I apologize about that. I don't mean to come off rude.
You're-
I just... There's a
You're-
lot of stuff in the poor district that is dangerous.
It's understandable. And I understand that you would want to protect your children first.
Yes,
It's quite
they
noble
are.
of you.
They are my little joys. And he pats them on the head.
But speaking of danger, unfortunately, I have noticed that I've only been in town for a short period of time, but I've heard that this part of the town is receiving harassment, particularly this lovely baker.
Roll diplomacy check for me.
Don't have diplomacy.
While you're trying to do diplomacy stuff.
And you can use it untrained, so it's...
Yeah.
What's your charisma?
Give yourself a +5, however.
Yay.
Because I rolled like shit.
Hey, you didn't roll a 1.
12.
He kind of goes like, I mean, this area is always receiving trouble. He's like, I honestly wish I could tell you more about any of that stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, I try to stay away from it. He's like, I'm just here today to pick up our weekly bread.
Did you hear that? I'm trying because I've been trained to deal with certain situations like this to help.
He goes, he kind of like leans in a little bit. He's like, honestly, if you're looking for those type of people, you're going to want to go to the Dark Horse. But I didn't tell you that.
To find info, or do you mean to fight?
Well, most likely to find info. But again, I didn't tell you that.
That's. I offer him my hand and slip him a gold. I did not hear anything. You just happened to recommend me a wonderful dish, and I wish you a wonderful evening
He
to
kind
you
of like,
and your children.
he kind of like wide eyes. He's like, thank you. Did Brina just do your diplomacy?
Shut up. Yes,
Ow.
she did.
I was gonna fuck it up. I was like,
That man's gonna go to the whorehouse tonight.
He has children.
Or provide
So?
for his children for the
Or
next
provide for
month.
his family?
Or the
For like a
whorehouse.
month?
That doesn't mean anything.
No, a gold piece will last a long time down here.
Mm-hmm.
for like a month or so, but at least, take care, get some bread, make sure that they're okay for.
Do you guys wait in line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because
So,
there's a point in buying bread.
As you guys get inside, you see Leovar. He's sitting on the counter eating bread, and having a merry chat with what looks to be a aging old woman that is quite large.
Here we were trying to go somewhere else.
Yep. We even skipped a place.
I just wave at him. I just like,
He kind of goes like, "Hey," he goes, "Those are my friends." She kind of goes, "Oh, bring them up here. I want to meet them." And he's just like, "You guys, come over here. She wants to meet you."
I'll trot over there.
Yeah, I'll head over there as well.
Good evening, ma'am. Your establishment smells delicious.
"Oh, you're so kind." She kind of goes, "Your friend here has been talking about you. He's so nice."
No, he is
I'm not
very
sh-
nice. He is very
No,
nice.
no, I'm just like, with the nice part that, says you're so nice. I'm like, press X to doubt.
And he takes another bite of bread and goes, "She has really good bread.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna buy some.
It's really
After
good. You
smelling
need to
it.
try the brown sugar bread. Oh my god, never had bread like this before." And then she's got orange bread, and then she even has apple bread. It's fantastic.
Apple bread. Sign me up for
Yeah,
that.
it's like it's kind of like a pie, but not really. It's so delicious. He just stuffs his mouth some
How
more.
much bread have you had already?
Oh, not a ton. I keep doing small. He holds up
Oh.
like he's just got like a small slice. He's just
Okay.
stuffed his mouth with it.
I was gonna say, man, you've put away how many loaves of bread?
Oh no, no.
Doing samples.
She kind of goes. The woman comes up and kind of goes, "We have to put some meat on these bones," and kind of sticks them. He just kind of goes, "Ah,
Careful, you may poke right through them.
yeah, no kidding."
How much for a loaf of the brown sugar?
She kind of goes like, "A loaf?" Fuck, I don't know bread prices off the top of my head. Give me a second. Let me look up bread prices.
Also count for inflation because,
Well, if anything, it might be
more time.
cheaper down here because of the copper district.
Just being smart. But yeah.
You all know plenty about fucking inflation here.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
There is no Warren Bossing say.
There's no warm bossing say.
All are safe within the walls of Ba Sing Se.
Let's see. What is... Come on, there's gotta be bread. Where's bread? I swear, they have everything but bread.
Amazing.
That be in the player's handbook? Underneath food, bread, and
It
wine.
might be under the player's handbook. Brina might be right. I think
I will
Brina's on.
double check.
Brina's coming through with the big brain.
Honestly, Brina's coming in clutch tonight.
One second. Let's see. Lettuce. I fucking hate lettuce. 1 second. I'm right there with under equipment. Okay. Food, drink, and lodging. bread per loaf, 2 copper pieces.
There
weight
we go,
half
right
pound.
there. So she kind of goes like, the brown sugar bread that would come to. Let me see how much brown sugar is. Gotta add that in now.
I'd figure, you add in like 3 or maybe 2 copper just because it's exotic, or for tax inflation and shit. I don't know.
Well, it's probably gonna be way more expensive because sugar is actually really expensive.
Yeah.
So she kind of goes, per loaf, the brown sugar bread goes for about 3 silver.
We will. How many do we want, people?
I would look back at the line. Is the woman that I offended somehow still in line?
Yeah. No, she was ahead of you.
She was one ahead
yeah,
of us.
Yeah, she's at the count. Oh no, wait, that's right. You guys cut.
kinda cut.
Yeah, no, she's definitely in line still.
Okay, so I just slip 3 silver. Could
Oh, I was gonna
I-
give a gold and pay for the next few people.
I want to pay for the woman that was in front of us.
I was
If-
trying to
if-
pay for the people behind us, and for a portion of the line.
How many people are in line?
Here, wait a minute, wait. I put my hand on Theodred. Note, this is the Copper District. Throwing around money ain't the smartest of things to do.
No, I was doing it in small pieces,
don't-
like silver. and
What did you
copper.
just say? You said you were going to do something for the entire line? I'm just saying
These
that's not the
people are
smartest thing.
strange.
Leovar
Bonus?
kind of goes like, I have to throw in my 2 cents here. I agree with the dwarf. Doing something nice is probably better.
My goodness, you're
I'm just-
actually agreeing with me for
Look,
once.
helping people is helping people.
Oh, wait
How
a
I'm
many
all
minute.
people
for
are
it.
in line?
There's probably around 20.
Okay. I put 2 gold
Wait,
down.
She kind of goes, what's this for?
You said how much? 4.
Well, normal bread is only 2 copper pieces.
Yeah, but 3 silver. So.
She doesn't have that much brown bread.
That's fine.
So-
I'm just
Well, yeah.
cover people's, needs.
Like the sweet bread is what? Probably
how
4
much
copper?
to buy what she has on hand.
Oh, like her whole stock?
well,
No,
basically,
Let people order what they want,
and it's
take
free.
away from there. Yeah. They get their shit and they go home and they don't have to pay from their own coffers for at least one time.
You can just hand out food for the night.
I mean, that's what I typically do.
I was just gonna let it because
And it goes,
it's
"I'm
still
sorry,
her
what are we doing here?"
establishment.
I look at Thera.
Leovar kind of goes he kind of leans over to her, kind of goes, and he whispers, and then he pulls out a small bag and just hands it to her, and she kind of goes "Oh, dearie, you're so nice," and she kind of scurries off.
Know these people. This may not be my land, but I know people when they are hungry, and there are
And-
children that need to be fed.
And Leovar kind of goes and they are definitely hungry.
I look back at
lived
the
in
family I
elven
saw.
camp for the last few months. There's a lot.
So, the lady seems to be just anytime anyone orders, she gives them what they want, and they kind of "Oh, thank you," and then they leave and everything else like that. What do you guys do? She seems to be busy with the front. Now she's up there, and there's 2 people just rolling people out.
Yeah, I just let her handle it as she gets through the line because I figure it's gonna be quick now that she doesn't have to handle the money part of it,
Mhm.
or at least relatively quick.
Shall, say, me and Vera head to the next place and let you guys finish up here?
I have info where we might find info.
Oh, okay.
The Dark Horse, where we were the other night.
Oh, we can always hit up another tavern.
You-
I'm always
You
down
guys
for a tavern.
can assist. I want to make sure that no riots break out because we are now handing out food, more or less essentially. I want to make sure that she's going to be safe and that people aren't going to get disorderly with an elderly woman.
That's
Fair
very
enough.
fair.
Fair. We can just hang out here.
Uh,
Have
the-
you
The family that I talked to, as they
Mhm.
gather their stuff, I give a small bow and wave them, like for have a good night.
They wave to you, and the dad kind of like reaches down and kind of tells his kids to like wave at you, and they both kind of wave with smiles on their faces and dig into like some sweet bread.
That's so cute.
Fills my heart with joy.
That's cute.
Just make sure, no fucking riots break out, because free bread in
Yeah,
a poor
honestly.
community.
No riots break out.
But yeah, I just like look at Leovar. Is find anything else out that we didn't already know?
Kind of goes like, no, unfortunately, she doesn't seem to know too much or doesn't want to talk about it. So
Fair.
So I guess then where off to next?
Dark horse.
I mean, that I think, if I had to guess, that would be a good place to go later in the day. When people
Like,
are
how
actually...
late is it?
probably like 5.
So it's
So-
getting like dinner time almost.
Yeah, we're
Okay, never
starting
mind.
to get towards the end of the day.
Yeah, because we can maybe only hit up one other spot that's not that bar.
I'd say we can go to the bar though. We
Okay.
don't want to be too nosy.
Fair.
Want to be in town for too long after dark. Somebody might
That's also
recognize us from the other night.
Well, something's telling me anyone who would recognize us from the other night is no longer alive. Or,
Fair.
our hooded figure did not seem exactly the most wanted of people in Gallants after we found the rest.
And if we're being completely honest, though, the only problem with the Dark Horse place is there was a gentleman that was beating up another gentleman, and I may have stopped the fight. And I don't know if he will probably recognize me.
But you just
Oh,
don't
dear.
go in.
Well,
So,
I was really hoping you didn't remember that.
so I could easily be recognized if I go in there.
well, the other thing that we should probably do is we should probably change.
I don't have civilian clothes.
You don't
I
have
like
any
my
civilian
armor.
clothes?
I have exploring clothes, but I'm mainly outfitted to. My items serve a purpose. I don't have casual clothing, if that makes sense. I don't really ever take a day off.
I've only got one real outfit that's not fancy. So, I'm good. I'll be good.
I could just sit outside.
I prefer being my armor, though, to be fair.
We're just very recognizable.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do have lighter armor, but I'd rather not get into a fight in a bar. I already did that in the alley.
Changing is the point of that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, fine.
Either that or we can just split up again. Because I motioned to Leovar. The reason why he's probably doing so well is he's not out of place. And then I motioned to like the suits of armor.
Yeah, I do not.
I look like I live here. He points to like all the patchwork.
Fair.
You look like a refugee. That's perfectly fine because you kind of are.
I
I'm-
am.
That's
Exactly. I mean,
That's
that
very
is no insult.
But yeah, after a little while of there not being a fight, I guess we would just head out and over towards the Dark Horse.
Yeah, sure. You guys head out towards the Dark Horse. All right. You get to the Dark
Me
Horse.
and Gar wander around.
Yeah. Only because I have a funnier feeling that they won't take kindly to any of the shorter people. I don't know. I feel
I
like
would-
they just judge us a lot more.
I would mostly just take off my cloak and like stuff it in my haversack.
Okay.
So that it's just like my explorer's outfit, and so it's like it's adventuring gear, but also it doesn't look awful. And I'd stuff my bow in in there too, actually.
Okay.
If you need, I do have a quiver of Alona. I can easily hold your bow.
I think I'm good for now, but thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
How I keep so many bolts on hand, and I slowly slip out the rock cross. How I keep this kind of non-discreet.
That is so wild.
So
I mean, I
very-
do magic.
I still want to know
That's wild.
how that works.
That's a-
Magic.
long
Magic.
story.
It's pretty rocking. No? I thought it was good. He continues walking.
I laughed.
I was not sure if that was in character or out of character, so it's just like stoic, like the rock.
Stoic like the rock.
All right, so you guys get to the Dark Horse. You guys been here before. You know the deal. It's kind of a shady bar with 2 orcs out front.
Yep.
I'm a chill outside because
Okay.
I guess I'll go in with Leovar.
So, as you get to the front, the 2 half orcs kind of look you over and just kind of go like, becoming a regular?
I mean, yeah.
Nice.
Why not?
They just,
Head inside.
Leovar walks in right behind you. He just kind of goes like, they kind of look at him, just kind of like, huh. All right, you're inside.
I just kind of like look at him. I mean, apparently, I also am not too great at talking today, so if you'd like to lead the way, it seems like you've had more luck than I have today.
No, please, you. Ladies first. Last time I came in here, I was being dwarf handled.
excuse me, it fucking works. It worked
mean,
like a
that's true.
fucking charm.
You're not in here.
I know. I'm just saying. Third person perspective, because I was there.
Well, I mean, it would make sense to keep up our what's it called?
Appearances.
Appearances. Since you were under me and Thera at the time, so I guess it makes sense. I'll head up to the barkeep.
You see it's a human. He's just cleaning. He kind of goes like, what do you have?
Just some ale.
What type?
Good ale.
How much coin you got?
I'll slip over like 3 silver pieces.
You want 1 drink?
I'll motion over towards Leovar. Just give me 2. And I'll just give
He
him all
kind of
3.
like looks over at Leovar and just kind of goes like, all right, go ahead and sit down. I'll bring him out too.
I'm scared of my rolls. Now I'm rolling good. Now I'm
With
wasting
good
good
reason.
rolls. Oh my
So,
God.
he brings out some 2 drinks, and they are. It's a light red ale that seems to have like a glitter in it, and it seems to almost flicker in the mug. And it smells like you get this very strong smell of cinnamon and red pepper.
That sounds bomb. What's this called?
Phoenix Fire.
I just
Nice.
Is it a sip drink or is it like a shot?
No, it's like I
Like a
guess
glass
it's kind
or
of like
shot?
more like a shot.
Okay.
It's like the best way would be like it's like a cinnamon spicy whiskey type thing.
Okay. I'd like take a small like sip of it.
Leovar just shoots it back. Nice. God, his saves suck.
Oh dear.
I did not want to tell you his saves. His saves are absolute garbage.
Embarrassing.
They're humanly bad.
No, his reflex is godly. Everything else,
But I'm guessing sharp.
Yeah, it's kind of sharp for sure, but it gives you a nice cinnamon spice flavor as it goes down. It's definitely got some kick to it, but it's not gonna like knock you out. But you definitely wouldn't want to chug a bottle of this. Just the cinnamon flavor is very powerful.
Yeah. This is good.
Leovar kind of goes like, the spice of life. Like, another.
I'd like slide a gold over, and if we could have another.
Done. He pours it out.
I heard there was needless trouble for a few businesses down here, though.
There's always needless trouble around here. Welcome to the Boar District.
True, but last few weeks, different group, something about some talons.
Look, lady, I serve a lot of people here, and he takes the gold piece and slides it off. He goes like, no offense, they pay a lot, so
That's good.
it's got to be a heavier, has to be heavier coin to make a sound.
As he's doing that, I'll just take out like a little, let me see. Let me actually see what I have. Okay, yeah, I do have a little pouch. I have another little pouch, and I just like think a little bit, and I just drop a little coin pouch on the table, like under my hand. But it's like sounds a little heavy. There's 20 gold in it. I mean, I'm always very understanding of that. I'm just trying to help here, and sometimes that includes coin.
Kind of goes like,
And I'll like slide it over to him.
he kind of takes it and scoots it off to the side. No, you notice that he does it very stealthily. Like
Yeah.
he just kind of like, he goes, what exactly do you want to know?
Just how one might find themselves in a position to help and eliminate some more problems.
Eliminate. If you're looking for any information on some flying birds, he goes, honestly, I would say you'd be better off looking towards probably Wally's wagon, if you know where that is.
Do I?
No.
And if I didn't?
Go to the entertainment section in the poor district. You should find him down there. From what I heard, it sounds like the Talons and him have some issues.
Understandable. I heard I'd like take out like a few more coin, just like because I don't have another pouch to put it in, but like just like a couple more coin to like
Copper, platinum.
like 3 gold.
Okay.
And like keep it like discreet. I heard some ghost stories too about some shady dealings of some undead.
There's always undead in the poor district. That's where they store a lot of them.
Some going rogue though, specifically rogue.
Obviously, you're new around here. There's always rogue necromancers doing whatever the fuck they want. Gallants doesn't give 2 shakes.
That's what I've seen since I've got here. That's what I've seen. And I'll just like I'll have my hand there, but it's like obvious like he can take it whenever.
He just, as he like starts cleaning the bar, and then he just rags over it and takes it.
Anywhere you would recommend finding out more about that?
The necromancer?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you're looking for any information on necromancers, you're gonna have to look towards the guilds. He goes, there's one called like the Hand or something like that.
All right.
I believe that's what it's called. Do you guys remember what I called that guild?
Give me a second.
For the dead.
Yeah. It's somewhere. I just don't
Give
remember.
me a second. I'll have it.
I did not actually take notes as Oso because I was keeping thematic. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Oso. That was
I'm
Sasha.
sad because Trevor would probably know.
The Path.
The path.
Yeah. And I know the bones. It's the graveyard bar.
Ooh.
That's in the Path Guild, right, though?
It was frequented by people in the path.
Right, yeah.
It makes sense. It's a boneyard.
Yeah, that was the one where they had the skeletons as guards out front. I forgot about that.
Oh right, shit.
I do remember that.
I just kind of like look over at Leovar. I forget. Anything else you can think of? And I take my shot finally.
Roll for it.
Nat 20.
Cool.
Oh, first nat 20 of the night.
Yeah.
Nah, Leovar got a nat 20 on his too.
Okay, so 2 of the night. So we got 6 nat 1s and 2 nat 20s.
Beautiful.
He goes like, no, that's good for me.
Cool. Well, appreciate it. Thank you. This Phoenix Fire is fantastic as well. So
Have a good rest of your night.
So yeah, I guess we head out.
All right. Where were Ezra and Josh going?
And Thera.
Just
Sarah
sitting
was just hanging
across-
out.
Yeah.
She was just hanging out across the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine we wouldn't be far,
No.
just in case we heard a commotion.
Just, I mean, within like kind of eyesight, maybe like in the periphery of the bar area.
Okay. Both of you roll a d20 for me.
I rolled an 8.
Why do I have to roll a 1 on a completely questionable roll?
There's another one. Okay, so we're up to 7 tonight.
Okay. Nothing.
I don't like that.
Is there anybody out and about?
Yeah.
Oh, there are people out and about.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot.
Yeah, one of them probably with my coin purse now.
Oh, Jesus. Let's hope you didn't have much.
100 gold.
Fair enough.
All right. They come back out of the bar.
And we'll just head over. I'm assuming we see you guys not too far away.
Yeah. You see Thera right across the way. Just
Did I notice anything shady while they were inside?
roll a spot check.
Dirty 20.
You do not.
It's been quiet.
Nothing too strange out here.
Well, I know it's getting late, and I know it's not a great part of the town, but I figured there'd be more going on.
This is still fairly out in the open. So I can understand not. But I look around. Do I see Gar or
Yeah, they're standing a little bit down the road.
Oh, I thought we were right near her.
I thought you guys were
there.
down. It sounded like you guys were down the road.
yeah.
Like you said at the
Yeah,
corner.
we weren't going to be right around it because we didn't want you to be recognized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys went a
my
little
understanding
bit
was you guys were a little bit down the road.
Yeah, I was like within eyesight of the place. That's what I was thinking.
But like you can
Oh.
see
That
a
could be
bar,
easily
like-
down the road.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just. Well, do we want to start? I should really go check on my on Ansrath, but if we want
Oh,
to
we
start
go check?
walking-
I mean, we're down here.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we can go ahead and head that way. So I'll just start leading the way that way.
Towards where?
The Elven refugee camp.
Okay. So you guys get down there. Takes you about like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you find out anything while you're in there?
Yeah. Someone else who's having trouble might be Wally's wagon. So that's over in the entertainment district. So
Okay, we'll probably have to wait till tomorrow.
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, honestly. But any other information that we might want to find out, we will probably have to find a different source than down here. So, but that's kind of all we got.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, true. Do I see my Bardo?
Yeah. No, it's parked and your caravan guy is your driver is hanging out on the back like just peeling an apple with a dull knife.
I sure do pay you a lot to not do a whole lot in the last few months.
I recall risking my life standing by your Vargo while the Dragon Knights were, like 100 yards away, as doing something, not just nothing.
No, that's very true. But
You're staying in the city with a wagon rider. Of course, he's not doing much.
Thank you. At least a dwarf gets it. Thank you, Master Dwarf.
he gets the
I'll
master
just bow his
title.
head.
Huh?
He gets the master title.
He wears armor.
Yes, he knows how to respect somebody of power and authority.
I didn't say you know.
God damn it. I was hoping.
You haven't seen anything weird down here, have you? Like any other trouble that we haven't dealt with, like in the lot? Because I don't recall seeing anything in our district or in our camp.
You stuck us in a refugee camp. Of course I've seen stuff. Just because you don't see stuff because you're busy off being goody-goody two-shoes doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Oh, well, what have you seen?
A lot of poor and hungry people.
Yes. This is what I'm busy being goody-goody two-shoes trying to help.
But that's my point. There's a lot of people doing stuff that isn't quite legal.
Well, yes, that is what it is. But there's a new group, apparently. Maybe not new, but one that's of more concern, harassing people who live down here.
There's lots of people who harass people down here. The nobles come through here. Not exactly the nicest people. They're kind of dicks.
Yes,
And back at home, I mean, it was at least better.
slightly, yeah.
Didn't have this, and he points to like all the setup. Like, ridiculous.
Anything, any symbols that might be like Talon-y, though?
I don't think I've seen anything like that, but you could probably talk to some of the refugees down here and see if they.
I was planning on it. I just wanted to also check on you. So.
No, I'm fine. I mean, nobody really messes with the Vargo here.
Good.
Although, if I had my way, I'd rather you park this somewhere else.
Where do you propose that's not 100 gold a night?
Maybe somewhere that's 50 gold a night.
I can't exactly afford that on top of paying you.
Parking here is fine then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If it does get dangerous, though, if you find the need to go and park somewhere better, please do. Like, I don't want you or the carriage to be at
we
risk.
still have to pay for the horses and everything else, so it's not going to be cheap anywhere. Feeding horses every day ain't exactly cheap.
No, exactly. All right, well, I'd like kind of turn and look at everyone. We can ask around here. I've been here for the last few months, so hopefully they might be a little more apt to help, as long as you're not a dick.
Most people around here actually like you, so you shouldn't have any trouble if you want to ask any questions. Because I could ask him tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
I could ask him now, too. I mean, they're not going to be trancing for at least another couple hours. He hops off the back and he's just like,
Have you seen the old man?
Yeah, he's sleeping. Why?
Okay.
Or he's trancing.
he's getting sicker. So
Excuse me, Ensreth? Have you seen a female human with light brown hair wandering by in the last day or two? A painter of sorts.
kind of goes like, yeah, I did. Why?
Someone
Came
who
by
else
here
might
selling
be.
some of her paintings, like, I think this morning.
Do you know which direction she was headed? She is someone these people have apparently been troubling as well.
Oh, well, he points further down the street. I think she stays way down there.
Well,
All right.
there's our tip off on Cora.
Why are we also looking for this lady? I'm sorry, I forgot the reason.
She's also
She
been bothered
was-
by the group.
One of the informants, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we should at least go ask around here for a little bit, unless you guys want to start heading back to.
I'm fine asking around here.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's getting late, but that just means we're more likely to run into the people we're trying to find. If they haven't already made note of us.
Fair.
Fair.
Actually, Bosgrim, could you join me to see if you might be able to help a friend of mine?
I can attempt, sure.
Okay, thank you. And I would lead him over towards the old man's
Okay.
area.
Ezra, as you get into this shabby kind of setup of like a tent, you see a very aged elf who is obviously sick. Like he's obviously contracted something. Several younger people are trying to take care of him, and yeah, they kind of greet Jessica's character very friendly. They're just like, "Oh, hey."
Good to see you. I heard he's not doing so well.
No, he's kind of taken a turn for the worst. I think whatever he has is getting worse for him.
Well, this is Bosgrim. He's trying to help people as well as me, so we've joined forces for a little while. If we could go ahead and see him, possibly he may be able to help with the illness.
Sure. I mean, take anything at this point.
I just look over at Bosgrim, and if you could, sir.
Clearly sick. Unfortunately, I don't have anything on hand today that I can
Do you want to make a heal check on
necessarily
him?
do that. I don't have heal.
Oh,
What?
I don't have heal.
I didn't know that.
I can attempt one because I have wisdom, but I mean,
can you do a heal?
yeah,
You
heal
can.
can be trained,
Oh.
untrained.
Well, shit. Sorry.
I got a 16.
So from the best of your knowledge, your best of your untrained knowledge, he has contracted some sort of like sickness, more or less. You believe it's basically like something equivalent to like eating unclean food, and his system is just like overloaded with like a bacteria that's making him very sick. He
Something
probably
cure disease would probably fix.
Yeah, no, that would get rid of it immediately. I mean, he'll probably survive it. He's just going to be very uncomfortable for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like some sort of sickness. I'm honestly not that well trained as a healer. Just cleric's vestments help a lot when it comes to enchanting magic arms and armor. And it helps with fixing more mundane problems, but like I said, I can probably fix it tomorrow. I do not have the spell required prepared currently, but I'll do like a cure light, see if it eases the pain at all.
A little bit, not much, but a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's the most I can do currently.
Well,
If we
it's-
return tomorrow, I can most likely cure whatever is ailing him.
That would be amazing. He hasn't been able to work lately because of he just doesn't feel well enough.
Yeah, it's from what I can tell, almost an extreme case of food poisoning. But
that would make
despite
sense.
being a cleric, I'm not exactly a expert.
Fair. Well, we all do what we can do, and we're all grateful you can do what you can do, regardless. But we'll go ahead. We can always head back tomorrow, too. So. I would take out the 3 copper piece from before, and I'll like leave the 3 copper, but I'll put like 2 silver in it before I like set it inside his stuff.
Okay.
So, and then I guess we'll head out, and I'll just thank the younger ones for taking care of him.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, no problem. I mean, he's part of the family.
We gotta do what we can do.
Every day.
So, and I'll head back. Thera, Gar, do we want to...
Pause.
Well, anyway, do we want to start asking around and see if there's any information around here, or do we want to do that tomorrow?
Oh, we're here now.
Yeah, might as well. I will attempt to gather information.
Okay, go for it. Is anyone else doing that?
Boo.
I got -1, so no.
Well, I won't so much gather information. I'll talk to a few people I know.
Okay.
I do
So-
not have that.
You can still attempt it if you have a decent charisma.
I have a 0 charisma,
Oh dear.
so that's
Well-
decent, right?
I mean, it's better
Decent
than
for a
negative.
dwarf.
Yes, technically.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a dwarf, actually.
All right, let's give it a shot.
What does that sound?
That's her
It's-
mic being
it's-
weird,
It's a
we think.
2, guys.
The mic.
It's a 2.
All right, you don't find anything.
Yep, I found
what'd you get?
figured.
I got a 16.
So it doesn't seem like any of the people around here have had any trouble with the Talons, supposedly.
Hmm.
However, they have said that they've seen people in a gang that have come here looking for trouble, or like come here like scouting out the area. Like,
But not actually doing anything.
no.
You got pretty quiet there, Josh.
Yeah, but not actually doing anything.
Does anyone I know
No, they don't seem to.
kind of same?
Yeah, and they're
Oh.
just like, yeah, we really haven't seen anybody. And these people you've known for a while, so they're not gonna like.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of tell them, like, be careful. Like, if you do see anything, like, just be careful and let me know.
Okay.
So we
They
can
they
kinda take
agree.
care
They're
of
just
it.
like, yeah, if we see anything, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Leovar comes back though, and he's just like, guys, I think we need to go.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm saying I have information.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Okay.
you're just making it sound like something happened and now you're being chased.
That is kind of what it sounded like. Not gonna lie, I was like, oh god, what's happening?
Where are we running? Well, let's lead the way.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to make it sound offensive. It's just unfortunately
Yeah,
I-
I get it. I have a lot of trouble that follows in my wake, but this time, I'm finding it.
Hopefully.
Oh,
I think that's better. Anyways,
well, at least it's on our terms this time.
True. That is a big bonus. So yeah, we follow him.
okay. So you follow him for a little bit, and you get down to like this really, really shady part of town. Like it's a part of town that you've never even been to. But to be fair, you usually stick to the refugee area. It's kind of like a downward sloping street, and it's kind of like behind some stuff. So it's actually kind of like, it's not hidden per se, but it's definitely it would be easy to miss if you didn't know what you were looking for.
Okay.
He kind of goes like, I was talking to some people, and they said the dark alley might be the place to go. I've never heard about it, but he's like, this place is kind of like off in like the bad part of town. So
All right. Well, I've also never heard of it, but we can check it out.
Knowledge local about the dark alley.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. 18.
You have heard it talked about every once in a blue moon. It's not a good place to be. It's a black dealings of sorts kind of place where the guards don't go type of deal.
Oh,
All right. So, about what the
Interesting.
name implies. Okay, I figured.
We've entered the dark web of gallants.
Oh dear.
so I might actually not get any vanilla shit right now.
What?
Huh?
What?
Eh,
Dark web of...
Oh dear.
Yes, it's filled with very non-vanilla stuff. But not the fun kind of non-vanilla.
This might be weird, but is it gonna bother me? Probably not.
Beautiful.
I might be the only one who's okay with this. My character, me, not sure.
I
You
mean-
played too far into character. Jess was very concerned.
So, what do you guys do? You guys see a whole bunch of buildings that kind of like line this alleyway, or this slope, and you notice none of them get above a certain height. They kind of sit at a height to where they don't peek over other buildings or anything else like that. Even though this is sloped down, they all kind of keep in line with like the ground level, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
It's like the normal ground level would be like, let's say here, and then it would descend downwards, and like the buildings never go above this line.
So as you go further and further down, there's more and more floors to every building.
Interesting.
Their tallest is like 2.5 stories. Like none of them get above that. But you see that the alley takes a sharp, like this dark alley takes a sharp turn to the left, and you see all sorts of different kinds of brothels and gambling and different things in this alleyway.
I'd like kind of lean over to Leovar, like,
Also, everyone make a spot check right now.
oh dear.
Keep an eye on your purses.
16.
16.
1.
Ooh, spot check. 24.
Okay.
Yeah, but at word of keep eye on coin purses, I might legitimately just take my coin purse and throw it in my bag of holding. Because it takes a standard action to get it out.
Yeah, I would probably put mine in. I'd ask to put it in there as well.
I'm not saying this is the most
We'll
secure
check
place.
my coin purse at that.
Leovar kind of goes like, guys, you're good. You're with me. He watches everyone take their coin purses and like, no, he goes like, trust me, I got this.
I still have mine.
Yes.
Cool.
Is it lighter?
He's like, cool, I got this. All your coin purses.
I'll still
I
take
would
some of my
straight
coins
up
and throw them in
deck
my
him.
bag.
But yeah, I was gonna lean over to Leovar and was this about Wally's wagon or is this something else?
I was just told that this was a place to go and that they had seen a necromancer come down here.
Oh shit. Okay,
But
got it.
necromancers are common, so
Yeah.
just note that. As you guys are looking down here, you guys see that in this district there are actually a lot of different people that look very, very shady, just kind of like browsing the streets. Lots of people in cloaks, less than reputable folks, kind of like talking and seeming to deal in trades very closely to each other, and they look at you with suspicious eyes as you come walking down here. However, more notably than anything here, you can see that there are goblins that are running like from building to building, causing mayhem where they go. There's actually a kobold or two that are here, and there seems to be a bugbear out front one of the buildings, just kind of like as a bouncer. You definitely get the feel that this is there are a lot of creatures down here also.
Would it be wrong if I had my crossbow out.
I don't know. You see people with weapons.
Let's not draw weapons immediately, but let's be ready.
Keeping my ear out for any specific like goblin or undercommon that might be passing, like talking. I'm gonna keep an ear out for that because I don't trust these fuckers.
Roll listen.
Because yeah, you know, some prejudice. I got a nat 20.
Cool. You hear some of the goblins kind of like sneering at each other. They're talking about like, oh, you know, I won like this much gold from this gambling place. Well, that's nothing compared to the rat that I ate last week. Like the conversation doesn't even make real sense. It doesn't follow like logic sequence of events.
Something
However,
I'm used to.
You do see a pair of goblins that look at you and they look at the whole party and be like, huh, I wonder how much gold they have. And then one of them probably goes like, enough to probably buy a shiny new sword. And they go like, yeah, we should steal from them. And then one of them kind of goes like, I don't know. That one's giving us a weird look. And they seem to be referring to you.
And I speak back right in Goblin Deadeye. And I can eat you within a minute.
They kind of like roll an intimidate check at plus 10.
Fuck yeah. I don't have Intimidate.
But plus 10. Plus 10.
Oh yeah, so 27 because I rolled a 17.
They run.
Shut up, a bitch.
Keep running! I keep yelling in Goblin.
They run.
Jerks. I look at my party. What?
Leovar just kind of goes like, I did not say anything.
Yeah. You didn't have to. I don't know if you needed. Did you need to be that mean? I don't
They
know.
were planning on stealing from us.
Oh.
And I don't think y'all want me to cause even more of a scene.
True, but okay.
I mean,
This
sure.
was the logical way.
I mean, I'll take that over other more violent options.
So, as you guys are walking down the dark alley, a man kind of approaches you. He has a dark cloak and he has a large hood, and he kind of like stops in front of you and says, kind of in like a raspy voice, he's just like, "So, newcomers, don't believe I've seen you around here before."
Human.
He might be human. He doesn't, although his stance doesn't quite lead you to believe that he is human.
Who wants to handle this?
Who might we have encountered now? Just to him, like. So, who's asking?
Name's Jasper.
Pleasure
Belle.
to meet you.
He kind of just like gives a slight bow. My expertise is knowing when people don't belong here, and you most certainly don't belong. However, generally, if people are here that don't belong, they're looking for something. Maybe I could help you.
Perhaps. But, what exactly do you do, knowing that people don't belong? A guard of sorts?
Not a guard, more like an informant of sorts. I think you could find me very helpful.
I'm sure we could. I kind of like look back at the rest of the group. Is there anything in particular that we need help with today?
I don't really recall
Depends on
anything.
kind of help.
Jasper can be very helpful.
You're the one with diplomacy.
I know.
Shall
I got
I?
a negative charisma again.
Should I got this.
This is a little too direct for me. I'm not going to handle it.
We've heard...
Since-
Huh?
Go ahead.
We've heard tales of talons and boogeymen and all sorts of interesting characters that we'd like to get to know. We heard that we might find information down here. Anything like that you could help with?
Ah, yes. Jasper can help with that. Follow Jasper. And he walks off.
Hang back and make sure nobody's like tailing us.
Make a spot check.
Especially those fucking gobos.
I very much doubt they are following us.
Well, I just wanna make sure you know.
You
Okay.
threatened to eat them.
I wasn't gonna enjoy it, but it was the first thing that came to my mind.
Not even that I wasn't going to eat them. I was just not going to enjoy eating them.
What?
25.
You do not. You definitely see people are looking at you, but you guys do kind of stick out compared to like the shadowy cloaked figures that are everywhere.
Oh, I think I'd blend in somewhat.
Well,
Yeah,
the rest
but
of
I'm
your
in
party.
Battle plate. I'm in super full plate.
Yeah, you look like a super pally. You fucking stand out, you motherfucker. But yeah, I threatened to eat one of the goblins because they threatened to steal from us,
Amazing.
and I threatened
follow
them.
Jasper?
Goblin.
Yeah, I would follow.
So Jasper
Okay,
cuts
fine.
into a building that seems to be located between two other buildings. This is definitely not a structure built by people with an engineering degree. It was built out of someone putting this together. So it's got a rather wide door, but there's not a lot of space. And when he opens up the door, surprisingly, it opens up, and there's actually a little bit more space in there. There's a desk, and there's tons of papers everywhere on the walls, stacks, and all sorts of stuff. And there's, like, essentially enough room for about probably, like, 12 people in here, if they were crammed. So it's not that big. There's another door on the other side, and Jasper opens it up and says, "Hurry, hurry, inside."
I just take a moment and shudder at the foundation and everything.
I'd head inside.
Is he like corralling us in, or is he like stepping in first?
He opened up the door, and he's holding it for you guys. And
I will be the last one in.
What a sense mode of this guy.
Yeah.
No.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 5 plus 3, so under 10. Which
What do
means
you-
I trust this guy completely.
Okay.
I got an 11.
No, the only thing I do is I ask, like, "Oh yeah, go ahead first, and I'll close the door behind." Like I gesture for him to go first.
He goes, he seems kind of confused. He's like, "Jasper says go in."
You go in, then I'll go in.
He's
I'm walking through the door.
he's very confused. He's just like, "What?"
I was like, fine, and I'll just walk in.
As you walk in, he shuts the door. You hear something lock as he shuts it, and he walks in. He's just like, "Now, Jasper heard you were asking about the talents."
Can you tell
Hypothetically.
us?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I was just gonna say, what can you tell us about them?
Before we start talking about what Jasper knows, Jasper would like to negotiate with payment.
Fair. I mean, we wouldn't want you to do this for nothing. I just reach in one of my pockets and pull out 2 gold and like, is there like a table desk that
there's
so
a table.
I'll like slide over like 2 gold.
Jasper kind of like looks at the gold. He picks it up, and when you notice that he picks it up, he doesn't have human hands. He seems to have more like fur claw like hands. He still keeps his cloak on.
Sleepy kobolds in a trench coat, guys.
Kobolds don't have fur though, do they?
No, they do not.
Yeah, they have like scales. But I was like, is this an Aarakocra? But then I was like, nah, David doesn't.
Maybe a
That's
gnome,
Oh
but
no, it's a lichen.
lichen seems far more likely.
Hmm.
I liken the idea.
He picks up the coin and just kind of like pockets it immediately and kind of goes like, "For that payment, Jasper could tell you that you are looking for a relatively new gang of sorts. The Talons are not really that dangerous. Jasper has seen them. Jasper does not believe that they are very good.
Well, I mean,
From the
that's
sounds of it, no.
No."
we're more just interested in keeping the peace among the common folk that live down here. They deal with enough harassment from the nobles and the guards and everything else.
He laughs. He's kind of go,
Jasper, there is no good down here. There is no nice down here. Only thing that nice is coin.
Wayne and bot silence.
We do have coin.
Jasper knows this.
Making kind of a spot around the room just to make sure it's just us and Jasper and not like some sort of setup.
Okay. Make a spot.
Take a look in there. 19.
So, you don't see any, like, anybody else in here. If they were, they'd have to be invisible and standing in a corner. You do notice, though, that a lot of the papers and things on the wall are in many different languages. And he seems to have a lot of information just up on the wall. Like, these are obviously not even, like, newspapers. This is stuff that he's actually, like, written and stuck on a wall, and then later on he like adds to it and adds other notes and things like that.
Can I read any of them?
There are some in Dwarven, and some that are obviously not in his handwriting. They are look like scraps of paper from like dwarves that have written stuff, and maybe he stole it or got it. Who knows? They seem to be shipment orders. Some of them even Stonehall Warrior stuff. Like, he's just got papers like all over the place.
I also do have Goblin and Undercommon.
Oh yeah, he's got papers and those type of things too. There's multiple things of Goblin, talking about most of the Goblin stuff is more like riffraff, annoying, and slurs.
So a bunch of the shit I'm used to. Got
yeah. The Undercommon stuff, though, is very finely written. You're not sure if it's done by him, but the writing certainly changes several different times, and you don't see any particular like symbols or anything on these, but you can assume that these were like notes of like importance. Like, it's like, oh, and they're all those notes are like encrypted also. Like, the way that they speak, you can tell immediately they're like encrypted notes.
If no one else starts pulling out coin, I'll pull out 2 more coin and I'll slide it. Is there anything else that you could tell us about this new gang of that's found themselves down here?
Jasper cannot tell you more for such light burden of
I'll
coin.
pull out 50 gold. Let's say we're also looking for some rogue necromancers as well.
Yes, Jasper knows much about the necromancers. Jasper likes the necromancers. They provide much information and much gold. Tell me, what are you looking for?
We heard there were some that are potentially causing problems in a way that's not so much sanctioned by
He
goblins.
laughs and he kind of goes,
Necromancers always cause problems. Deal
Yes,
with bones and meat that's not supposed to live. Always problems.
But we are looking for ones that are causing problems, not so much sanctioned.
he kind of goes, he shrugs, he kind of goes,
Don't know how much is sanctioned. Ferrying the undead should not be sanctioned, in Jasper's opinion. Far too often they eat, and once they eat, they want to eat more. But Jasper thinks he knows your problem. He's seen a necromancer recently. One not so sanctioned, and one not supposed to be here. But Jasper would need more coin.
Another 50?
Jasper thinks that would do.
Well, if he like takes a moment to count the coins, I'm gonna slowly slip out rock cross.
make a sleight of hand check.
Like just like nonchalantly, just try to make it, casual, not trying to draw attention.
Yeah, make a
That's-
sleight of hand
that-
check,
that-
but at -12 because you're trying to nonchalantly slip out like a heavy crossbow.
No. 20 minus 12, right?
Wait,
Is that
what?
what you
Well,
said?
You
You got
got
a
a
nat
nat
20?
Yes.
Roll again because that's almost impossible to do. I understand it's a nat 20, but this is a check that is just so fucking impossible.
Why do you hate me, David?
I don't hate you. I'm saying that there are
You're
certain
trying to do-
situations that
yeah.
even a skill check of nat 20 doesn't make you pass.
You're trying
Okay.
to slightly pull an RPG off of your back.
yeah.
Okay, what
like,
am I?
like casually, nonchalantly, there's a giant
Just whatever you
RPG.
roll.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. So you slip it out, and as you slip it out, you do it very carefully and very, like, nonchalantly. But as you do, you see his eyes kind of, like, dart to you, and he kind of goes,
Jasper does not like that one pulling a weapon. Jasper beginning to think that this is bad for business.
Hear somebody out the door. I pretend and listen at the door.
make a bluff check?
I don't have bluff. Why am I doing things that I don't have?
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I am very confused.
I also don't know what you're trying to do.
I rolled a 9.
Immediately, Jasper kind of goes like,
Jasper does not believe you.
Okay,
She
fine.
can-
I put
she
the
can
rock
just
cross back.
she can just wait outside, and I like shove her. Like I give her like a light shove.
Well, the door locked behind
yeah,
us.
the door's
Oh,
Yeah.
she never mind. Okay, never mind.
Jasper kind of sits there for a second with his paws on the gold and kind of goes,
Jasper
Weapons
is not
away.
sure if he should tell you now.
I put my rock cross away. I'm sorry. I thought I heard someone. And I'd rather not be followed, and I'd rather be safe.
roll a d20, roll another bluff check at +5.
Okay, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 total.
Okay. Jasper kind of goes,
I have
Jasper give you one warning. Do not draw weapons again, or else Jasper will disappear.
enough. I put rock cross away. Hands visible. Continue.
Anyways,
he takes the gold and you see him slip it into his jacket or his cloak. And he kind of goes,
Jasper has seen the necromancer that you are looking for. He travels underground much often, more than not. Although, he does like to come out during the night, like all necromancers do. I think you will find he has a lot of ties with this Talon gang that you are after.
So the two problems we hypothetically have might be closer to one problem.
Jasper is not sure of that.
In
Jasper
theory.
just knows that they have been seen together, talking together. So Jasper assumes they are working together.
It
Understand.
would make sense why a new king suddenly thinks they're powerful enough to start being stupid.
Jasper agrees with the sentiment.
And do you know where they like to hang out often?
Underground.
Where could we find this underground entrance?
That is harder to know. Jasper has seen them, but has not seen them go from underground to above ground necessarily. Jasper has seen them travel through the night. Jasper has seen them go to certain places. And Jasper has seen them make the dead come back to life and walk with them and attack people on occasion. But Jasper has not seen them go to the underground hiding place. Jasper assumes that they have a hiding place, for it is hard to hide the undead in a building. They smell very bad. Jasper knows this.
Jasper points to his nose.
Can we see his face when he does that?
You
at
can
least
see that he
features?
has a rat nose for sure.
Oh.
Did we find our roads?
This one's a bit of a swamp roads.
I love this.
Oh my god, is
rat
this what's
people.
this face from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guy?
No, he is not
Oh my
Splinter.
god.
There,
We have to
that's the
cut
name.
that.
He's maybe a Splinter race, but not actual Splinter.
No, he's
Um,
clearly a Jasper.
Anyway,
So is it in the sewers that they're specifically going, or do you even know that?
Jasper assumes they might be in the sewers, but Jasper cannot be sure, for Jasper is not going to tangle with the undead.
you were
Where
very
might we
wise.
go that they are being seen above ground?
Ask that again, sorry.
Where might we go that they are being seen above ground?
Jasper kind of shrugs and he kind of goes,
Jasper says he has seen them above ground. He does not necessarily know where they go, nor where they come up, nor what time they come up. Jasper has just seen them before.
Noted. Well,
Is there any other information that you might have on either the necromancer or the talons?
A heavy purse helps.
Are you sure your purse is getting much heavier?
Jasper has to pay many people in many places.
Information is never cheap.
I'll pull out another 25 gold.
Leovar adds 25 gold to that. And then Leovar kind of like goes like, you know what? He adds 100 gold to it. And he kind of goes, just tell us everything. And Jasper kind of goes like,
Okay.
he takes all the gold and just kind of like shovels it into a bag and kind of goes like,
You may ask Jasper your questions.
We want to know all that you know about the Talons and the Necromancer.
Well, Jasper's already told you a lot, but Jasper can say this.
he pulls out a key and he kind of goes like,
If you wish to get underground, there is a sewer passage that you may take.
and he puts the key on the table. Kind of goes like,
You can follow the dark alley, go all the way down, and follow it to what looks to be an old gate that has running water underneath it. When you get to that gate, there is a key lock. This key goes to that lock. Once you get in there, however, if you are caught, the guards will arrest you, for it is illegal to be underneath there without the proper permits. However, Jasper has such permit.
and he sets it on. And he goes,
Although, I would make sure they don't look at it too long. It is slightly expired.
Understood.
Is he like putting it on the table for us to take?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just collect both of those.
you notice the paper smells quite bad.
Put it in my haversack. Just,
Oh, that
just
one.
tuck it away in there.
Jasper would also like to say one more thing that might be very important to you. Jasper has noticed that the Necromancer and the Talons have been particularly interested in an artist named Cora. Jasper does not understand why, but Jasper has noticed that their eyes are always watching her, and she has been followed many times.
Where is she at
Jasper
currently?
suggests that if you want to find them, find Cora. Follow Cora. You find both of them very fast.
Understood. I know Cora isn't necessarily involved with this alley. I don't believe. Would you happen to know where she is?
He kind of shrugs a little bit and kind of goes like,
Jasper wishes he could tell you exactly where she is, but Jasper would say she is a wanderer of sorts. She does not have home, so she finds any place that is warm to sleep. However, she normally sleeps near the entertainment district, for that is where she normally sells her paintings. Jasper suggests that you should find her quickly.
It sounds like that. What do you know of Wally's wagon?
Jasper kind of shrugs.
Wally's wagon is a terrible jester of sorts.
Ah,
He is not funny, in Jasper's opinion.
Noted.
fair. And he's also located near the entertainment district?
Yes, unfortunately, you will hear him long before you will ever see him.
Is the entertainment district like in the silver or the gold?
Every district has an entertainment district, more or less. It just depends on the quality of it. So, like, the Copper District has an entertainment district, but it's, like, really shabby and low and run down.
So, okay. So it's the one.
Whereas, like, the
Near
Silver
here.
District might have more, like, actual plays and things like that. And the Gold and the Noble District would have, like, auditoriums and really finely set up stuff. Just different qualities.
So we
and
would
like
assume.
the low-key brothels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would assume. So,
Well, Jasper, we greatly appreciate your help. You are a very good informant.
Jasper thinks so too.
I will-
However, Jasper would also like to say one more thing. Do not mention Jasper to any guards.
No.
Jasper has found that you are all very privy to talking to guards.
Only about things that hurt people. And you haven't said anything that hurts people.
Jasper agrees.
Some
Jasper,
would argue we're about to hurt some people, but
Jasper is not part of the hurting.
Nope. But
Jasper is, as they say, not acquainted with you.
I take out 50 more gold.
also would like something from you, Jasper. You've been well compensated.
Jasper kind of like goes, yes?
Some of this paperwork on your walls interests me. I think they might be privy to us. Would you be willing to part with some of it?
Jasper does not like to part with things on wall. Jasper uses things on wall as information. It helped Jasper.
Pull out 20 gold from the pocket of, from my pouch that's in Jar, Gar's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You are well compensated. I'm sure you can find more info.
Maybe. What pieces of parchment do you wish?
The Dwarven and the Undercommon.
I have much in Dwarven and Undercommon. 20 gold would not replace what I have found. This is over many years of information and hunting. Jasper does not wish to part with such things. Jasper uses this as previous knowledge.
Why don't you just simply ask him about what you see up there?
This is not my guild. It requires. And I look directly at Boz.
The warriors, well, let's just say that they already know how to take care of their own, and any information that he has will be regained in time anyways.
Take back my 20 gold.
Jasper hopes they do not regain back.
Well, I'm talking about you would get the information if we took it anyways.
I just slide over the 50 gold. And I would hope for Jasper's discretion in us not being acquainted to anyone after this.
Yes. Jasper is very good at this for this price.
He takes the gold.
Jasper wishes you good day, and we never met.
It was good not meeting you.
It was great not meeting you. Jasper has heavy purse.
And just, I wait for him to open the door.
He opens the door.
And we go?
Yeah.
We go.
Yes, we leave.
Right, you guys all leave.
Yeah, we leave
I
the
lost
dark
a lot
alley
of gold out of that.
completely.
I do not feel good about leaving the
Once-
info on the wall.
Once we leave. Why did we pay him so much?
That's what I was wondering. Like, what the
We
fuck?
paid him a... You could have asked him whatever you wanted. We gave him so much money. I don't know why you needed
What
the
I
help.
wanted was
have-
the information on the wall.
Yeah, just ask him about it.
Let's
was
not chat about that
probably-
right here.
Yeah,
No, I
Leovar
don't-
kind of goes like, we should probably...
Let's go.
Let's skedaddle back to the Fargo.
You guys get back
And
there?
we had seen our
'Cause that's
person
probably closer.
nearby.
All right. Before you get there, Brina, Leovar taps you on the shoulder.
I look.
He kind of goes like, hey, are these the things that you wanted? And he pulls out like several pieces of paper.
These are the languages I didn't understand, so I figured here you
He's
go.
like, I saw the symbol of the Stonehall Warriors on these. He's like, I got 3 of them. Is this what you wanted?
I look at him for a second and how?
Don't ask how. I'm just asking, is this what you wanted? If not, I can go return it.
No. That's what I was. Not yes, but not for me. It was for Osgrim to return to his guild.
Oh, well, here you go. You got him. And he just kind of catches up to everybody.
Before he leaves, I put a hand on his shoulder. Not hard, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I like how hard it is for it to come out of her mouth. Like it's like getting ripped out of her tongue. Like, thank
He kind
you.
of goes like, that's what friends do, right? And he just catches up with everybody.
They're just human. I put the fucking paperwork somewhere. It's not. I'm not gonna lose it. Stuff it in my armor, I guess.
A plus. But yeah, we go back to the Vardo. Probably go inside to talk about this shit.
I don't
Well,
think
I
we
was
can all-
thinking we should go check on where your driver had seen Cora
Yeah, no, I definitely want to do that.
immediately.
Okay, we can go do that. So in
We
light
were
of that,
bored
we
the find her fast.
Yeah, we veer off towards the entertainment district.
Okay. So you guys go to the entertainment district. It's a pretty large area when you get there. Your driver shows you where it is since you haven't been there too often. He gets there and he's kind of like tired. He's just like, God, why are we here? It's late.
It's starting to get late, but I mean,
Late
just
is when
have a
our
few-
quarry exists.
He goes like, all right, well, this is where it is. It's a large area, and there are lots of people that are sort of like sleeping in like corners and under blankets and stuff like that. You guys could travel together and look, but it might take a lot of time. If you guys split up, you might have a better chance at finding whoever you're looking for quickly.
fair.
And that's where we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Hope to see you guys next week.